Hey, here we are. Finally. A little late, but we think we worked around Discord's big explosion. Today's internet weather is horrible. It's been horrible weather here where I live, too, Caleb. Rainy and 40s, low 40s. So, Caleb, you're here on video, so we've got that working.
Horribly warm.
Horribly warm. And we also have, and you can't see them because Discord is obviously puking. We also have in here with us, we have G Shizzle himself, the McLeod. Say hi, McLeod.
Hey, McLeod.
We've got Scythe.
I refuse to speak on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
And I think we've got RW. We got RW here?
We had.
Hey, RW, he died.
He died.
Oh, it was RJ.
Oh, there he is.
It's RJ that died. RJ died.
Yeah.
So we're working around Discord's major outage right now with somehow that if you log into Discord and open a group call with the people you want to talk to, you can still do that. So hopefully that's not going to explode in the middle here. So
I mean, we have Mumble as a backup.
Just jinxed
We'll just have to
Yeah.
ditch Caleb.
yeah,
You
Caleb.
literally just jinxed it, bro.
Caleb can do interpretive dance
So-
on the screen if we have to revert to Mumble.
So I don't know if you guys saw. You guys follow CCP Puncturus on Twitter?
Is this the thing about working for CCP that he posted?
No. This is a
No.
this is a her.
Oh, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. She's very funny. Or we could
She's
be
awesome.
normal and
FYI.
use Skype. Yeah, I know. We could use Skype, but then I had to reset everything, Urandus, and this
I'm
was
not
way
logged
easier.
into Skype.
You're not logged into Skype?
No, I hate Skype because I get like chatbots messaging me all the time, and it pisses me off.
Yeah. So she's pretty cool, but apparently she doesn't drink, and I guess she did a video of her like tasting some beer and like making the sourpuss face. And she's not liking it, so I figured that she would probably like a White Russian if she likes any drinks. So I'm drinking a White Russian. So there you go. So set your Skype to private. I'm not sure what Urandus is getting to there. Do you know, Caleb? Or did we lose everybody? We did. So I'm going to switch us to use Mumble.
Oh my god, I died again.
Yeah, I know. So, alright guys on Mumble. Looks like Discord died, right?
We're
Fucking
executing
just-
Order 66, are we?
Apparently.
Back?
Urandus is yelling at us. He's like set your Skype to private and do it. But the problem was that this all blew up like 3 minutes before we were supposed to go live, and the problem is resetting everything to use Skype is a pain in the ass.
Discord keeps making it disconnect noise and it won't fucking shut.
I shut it off.
So Caleb can hear me because he's over Skype, right? And he can't hear you guys until he hears you 5 minutes delayed on frickin'. This will be fun.
Welcome to the
this is-
Thanksgiving heavy
I mean,
horror show.
We're gonna it's gonna be real immersion like shit. We're gonna have like long range space communication where there's a 5-minute delay for us to talk to each other.
Yeah, unless Discord
fucking
comes back,
immersion.
right?
Yeah, fuck you, Discord. Well, Mumble's blowing up because Fireside just started.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
of course it is. And we couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't send our thing out, right?
Sorry to the viewers, we have tie-dye in real
So
life.
Eric, you were mentioning something about this lady who works for CCP. What were we doing?
Yeah, CCP Punk Tourist. She didn't like. She did a video of herself drinking a beer, right? So she's not a big drinker, right? So I figured she'd like White Russians, so I'm doing that again on the show, right? White Russians. So it's pretty good.
Nice.
I like coffee liqueur. And you still haven't figured out yours, Scythe.
I'm drinking wine because it was readily available in my house.
Scythe drinking wine is just funny to me.
I'm trying to figure out what wines I like and don't because we're going to a thing. And I don't want to be the uncultured swine who's like, nah, fuck wine, give me beer or just straight bourbon.
So So when you're talking about wine, right? You're talking about red wine, right?
I'm drinking a red right now. Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of good red wines.
It's not. I don't like this one as much as the one I had last
Oh.
weekend.
And I'm slightly distracted over here because my TV's on in my office, and I've got, believe it or not, high school football on my freaking TV because my kids' high school is the #1 seed in the state, and they're playing some football, so it's kind of fun.
Some kind of sports nerd up in here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
My son is a real sports nerd. He loves all things football, be it pro, college, or high school. He just loves them.
Y'all are just nerds.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, RW? Hey, we got our little Happy Thanksgiving logo. So Happy Thanksgiving. This is the pre-Thanksgiving show. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the U.S. And I don't know, Caleb, or McLeod, do Euros do anything for Thanksgiving?
Well, a little bit, not much, but it does
They
actually
celebrate
happen,
getting
and
all the
people are
Americans out of their
getting a little
country.
bit involved in it. But it's kind of weird because then we actually get to do
Eric-
the whole dress-up thing
Eric, you're a
twice,
hot
and
mic.
I think it's a little bit unpopular with doing
Eric,
both
you're a hot mic.
November and
Like Aaron's
February.
Let's get the BJ because he's doing some heavy breathing.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Eric, dude, that push to talk, man. You were hot micing like a crazy person.
Yeah, it's Mumble is stuck. So there's not a lot I can do there.
Can we just say fuck Canadian Thanksgiving? It's like 2 weeks too early.
Can we what?
Can we just make fun of Canadian Thanksgiving? It's like 2 weeks early. It's like
Oh, yeah,
November, like the first week of November or some crap. That's way too
What
early.
do they even have a Thanksgiving for?
Baguettes and the French language.
Baguettes in the
co-opted
French
it.
language.
They co-opted it.
So they're talking about Caleb. They're talking about Canadian Thanksgiving.
Fakesgiving as a
Fakesgiving. He doesn't know they drink beer or something. He's not sure.
Yeah, it involves hitting a charcoal briquette across a pond with a baguette.
With a baguette.
and
That's
then,
only on the French side. Come on. There's the non-French side.
The non-French side does not celebrate Thanksgiving because they don't have the French language to celebrate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what their Thanksgiving is for, is that they stole the French language and made it worse.
Uranda said they already had Thanksgiving. It was like a month ago.
I thought it was like the 1st of November. First week.
I don't know.
Seriously, French Canadians are terrible. They're worse than the French, and that's hard to beat.
It is. Come on. We don't hate the French.
No, we don't hate them.
They got good cheese and wine. You're drinking red wine. How can you hate the French?
I'm
Jesus
drinking
Christ.
Chilean red wine. Thank you, sir.
Chilean?
Chilean.
Chilean.
Chile.
So are you drinking, what are you drinking then?
It is
Shiraz?
I can't,
No,
I
Shiraz
can't
is
read. I can't
Australian.
words. It's like CARMAN something or other. Caramin. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
But the type of red.
Yeah.
There's a type of red. I forget. My wife likes it.
I don't know what it's called. I don't like it that much.
No, I would stick. Actually, a Spanish Rioja is good. It's a nice red blend. A lot of those are good.
Yeah, this is some kind of red
Ripples
blend.
nice.
But
Ripples are nice.
I was drinking a Californian red blend last weekend, and I liked it better.
Mm.
It's not as dry as this one.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, you got to be kind of fairly experienced with reds before you start liking those complex kind of reds. Like a nice fruity kind of light red is pretty awesome.
Seriously, Eric, can you set push to talk?
No, I mean I don't know what it'll mess up.
You're literally
Mumble.
just broadcasting crap.
It's
the
just in
background.
Mumble. Like, you don't have to set push to talk in like OBS or whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
just
just in
Mumble.
Mumble. Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, it
it's
was
really
set and it did its own little thing. It got stuck. So if I go into Mumble, it says push to talk.
unpush to talk and then repush to talk because we're just hearing like super echo feedback.
Let's try it.
It's like, or just set like, you know, automatic gain control to off, because like it's like when you're not speaking, it's
There you
like
go.
someone's just like cranking the gain knob all the way fucking up, and then
Yeah.
when you
Mm.
speak, it
Is
kinda
this
goes
better?
back down. Way
Yes.
better.
Okay, that sounds good. I had to fiddle with the settings, set and unset.
I was about to have an explosion in the earball.
So yeah, so
So,
this means Caleb clearly needs a character in Goon so he can join us in freaking Mumble.
yeah, well, he can join us. He can join the American Corp of Awesome.
I'm working on it.
That is. Patriot Penalties.
He's working on it.
Pend is recruiting.
Penn is recruiting. We need
We are
people to pay
recruiting.
taxes.
Oh, Jesus. We're not going to talk about that.
No.
No, but really, Penn's recruiting.
Yeah,
we
we
need more
are
good
actually.
people to come play.
All right, so Caleb had a little rant. He was bitching earlier in our group chat about Dirk and Dirk's insanity on Open Com. So he wanted to do a little bitching.
It's just that when the skill injector thing, the new skill injectors for alphas came out, the announcement, there's a long and very heated discussion about what this meant and how it was actually rolled out and everything. And pretty much everyone just piled on Dirk, trying to explain to him that, no, this is not SP out of thin air. And he kept insisting on it. And it was like, then he went on Open Comms and he basically just used the same argument to everyone else because everyone that had argued against him was gone.
So what was his argument, right? Because I haven't paid attention to the skill injector alpha change, whatever the fuck it is. And so explain it to me, and maybe I'll take Dirk's side and just we'll complain.
Of course you will. No, basically it makes it possible for you to retroactively get your plexing on your alpha account. So when 24 hours have passed, you can buy this type of skill injector, and you can buy it from the store with real money, and then you're basically getting the 50,000 skill points that you would normally be able to accrue for the same time. So basically it's like retroactively selling skill points that would normally be accrued with Plex. So you can do it in increments of 1 day, so 24 hours of skill points, but you're basically paying a premium of 20% more than if you were plexing. If you plex normally, it's 500 plex. If you're doing these mini skill injectors retroactively, you're basically paying 600 plex in a month, which is equivalent to 20 per day.
Okay, so can I ingest like 50 of them at once, or is there a limit, or what's going on?
No, you can only get one every 24 hours. That's why it's pretty much exactly like Plex. It's just you get it retroactively, so you can wait with actually paying, and then you get the day that you have basically accrued ISK to buy it, or basically pay through your credit card, right?
So can I still be training skills during that day?
No. When you're done with your alpha free training, right? That's your 5 million skill points. It
Gotcha.
stops, right? You're no longer training at all, but you can now get up to 20 million, but you have to either Plex or now this service, which is basically mini Plex or retroactive daily Plex, right?
Yeah.
So you can get that up to 20 million, but it's still going to take you a year to get from 5 million to 20 million. Because that's pretty much 365 times 50k something. You're still going to need the time. It's going to take a fuck ton of time to actually get to the 20 million cap.
So you can inject a day's worth of skill points once a day
Tomorrow.
that you have
Yeah.
purchased at a premium above actually spending the 24 hours to train them.
Pretty much, yes.
So who the fuck is stupid enough to do this?
Very new
the only
players
thing I
that
can
don't
do
necessarily want to pay
Just
the
Caleb
full Plex in a month and only want specific skills. It's why I was arguing, and pretty much everyone in INN was agreeing that this is a non-feature. It's got hardly any customers. It's a very, very small, narrow segment of new players that have just passed the alpha stage, the 5 million mark, and might not want to dedicate the full cost of a Plex and don't yet have someone to actually front that money for them. But it's very, very little utility, really. It's a non-issue. I think 90% of the current player base will not use this feature at all.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. I mean, the time to code this crap isn't going to be worth it.
No, but then again, I don't think it's that difficult to add a mini Plex feature like that. It's just like a normal skill injector, right? But it's just limited in when you can use it.
I got you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, that is not creating SP out of cash. It is not.
No.
That is not pay to win. That is not. They've gone to great lengths to do that.
And I think there might have been there's some rumors that this feature has been iterated on a few times by the CSM and CCP. So some of the former ones might have been less well balanced, but the one that we've got is pretty much exactly just a granular Plex.
Yeah, I don't know why this is an issue. This seems good. Now, one thing that I think CCP has actually done pretty good, and they're evolving the alphas to kind of work this way, right? I think they're trying to decide between the pay structures and which really works, right?
Yeah, and this was something we touched upon before on the show. I'm pretty sure that we talked about this is how they gradually roll out the free access option, and basically now we're going to 20 million, and I'm pretty sure that the next will be maybe 50, and then maybe they're just going to open it up and say it's only when you actually accrue skill points that you have to pay any sort of subscription or Plex or anything real money based.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah, like Uranus is right on, right? They seem to be spending time on all this other stuff, and new SOV system would be way better in my opinion. But hey, CCP's got its own things, right?
Well, new SOV is coming. I would be surprised if we are not getting some sort of announcement at FanFest, and then potentially something should be rolling out by winter next year. That'll be my estimate, because it is. They wanted all these things out before they then got rid of Wanding and Vozisov. But they have been talking about this since FanFest, that they wanted to go to a structure-based SOV, and pretty much all of the player base wants something like that. And the CSM is very supportive and pushes for it earlier than later.
Yeah. I mean, the current SOV system just blows chunks. I mean, it just has from day one. Everybody knew it would, and it has probably chased more people away from the game than anything they've brought anybody in. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, and the horror about it is that it's been on so long, right? But they haven't really done anything to get away from it. It's just that they've basically been ignoring the player base.
So, Tammy Cowboy says, why couldn't CCP just let an alpha train up to 20 million skill points and not have this new injector thing, right? Well, the new
skill points is a lot of subscription, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of subscription, it's a lot of cash, and I think CCP is trying to determine which model here is going to win. Is the pay-to-win model going to win, or is the subscription model going to win? And they are kind of hedging their bets between the two, so that they're prepared to go either way. What do you think about that, Caleb or Gunn?
Well, I don't think
G-Shield?
this is pay to win in any way. I don't think they can't bring in any form of pay to win in EVE. It's never going to happen, and it's just annoying to keep hearing that discussion, because gold ammo is a non-issue. It's never been on the table, not even in the era of greed is good was it actually a serious suggestion. It was actually sarcasm to point to the other game developers, what they were doing at the same time, right? So CCP has never been on the pay to win scheme. What you're paying for is catching up, and I do think that's fair. And they're going to further move down that road, so there's not going to be that much benefit from being a 15-year-old fully trained character.
To respond to Real Killer B, the Meta Show is not delayed. The U.S. changed time a couple weeks ago, so you are probably just an hour off from what you expect the Meta Show to be at to what it's really at. And Discord is back, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah.
Is Caleb still going about the thing?
No, you go. Give us talk, Gun.
So I mean, if CCP goes for a pay-to-win model, they're gonna get even worse press. Let's look at some of the other developers out there. Like, let's just go to EA right now. EA is getting so much hot garbage for their PvP progression model that is literally you have to pay money to progress. In a first-person shooter that already costs $60 to buy, that normally has just been you play and it doesn't matter. Now it's you have to spend money to be able to even get unlocks, and the unlocks aren't necessarily guaranteed for a character that you actually own. and it is some hot garbage. They're getting a lot of flack for it, and I don't think CCP, if CCP's paying attention, I don't think they'll go that way, because there's more and more people bitching about the pay-to-win model than anything.
Yeah, but I think they're very careful to avoid that. And by the way, the Mumble folks, you can hop on Discord and streaming too.
Rand coming it pay to win. I do not agree.
You're saying it's pay to win because you can fly Tech 2 or Tech 3. And no, that's just subscribing to the game. You're not physically paying them money, because if you don't pay them money, the Tech 2 didn't exist. Before this whole new model even existed of alpha clones, you had to pay to play the game. You still had to take the time and wait to get your skills up and that kind of shit. But you're pretty much full of shit when on that comment, dude. I don't know where you're thinking that's an accurate statement.
Hey, McLeod and RJ and Gunn.
Yo.
And RW, you can hop into Discord. It is back up and operational, and so can you, Caleb.
I'll try.
Relaunch it.
I relaunched it, mine went back down.
Mine's just pinwheeling.
Yeah, it's
And Corvinax, yeah, you're right. It's the same SP per hour as if you had paid for the sub. However, you're paying a premium.
Eric, can you pull?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. But you know, Eve has not been pay to win, and these skill injectors I don't think are pay to win. This is them trying to make the game easier for new players, because if you've been playing since the game's been out, you have well over 1 million skill points, or 100 million skill points, and that's hard to compete with.
You can't keep claiming that paying a subscription is pay to win.
It's not.
Got nothing to do with that.
No,
it's nothing even remotely like pay to win.
You're not paying money to access a Tech 2 ship. You're paying money just to play the game. It's the standard MMO model.
Yeah, and the alphas is just a freemium model on top of that, which grants you access in a limited fashion. That's perfectly valid.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, every other MMO has the play up to level 20 or some shit of the game for free to try the game out.
80, right?
That's all this is. Yeah, like you can't play your max level character on World of Warcraft without paying your fucking subscription. So,
exactly, but this way you can basically. This is a lot more, right? The alphas with 20 million is actually a higher utility. It would be equivalent to paying almost half of World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah, like it's.
Because you have access to the full game. You can do everything in the game as an alpha, especially an extended alpha with 20 million. Of course, we have not gotten confirmation on any industrial stuff. We don't know about barges. We don't know about building. We don't know about markets yet.
They've specifically shown that they're not going to put barges out there. I mean, they would have announced that if they announced that at FanFest, I'll be surprised. Like, the barges are one of the easiest ways to make money with minimum risk. So I don't know why they would do that for a.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, I know about the boarding issue. That's a little bit of a problem. But the argument that you can fly a Macarial, but you can't fly a barge, or you can't do industry up to a certain level, say build battleships, it's just not a valid argument. You need to have all the aspects of the game. Otherwise, you're shutting out some types of players that won't be benefiting from alphas at all.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't mean that like you can't make ISK PVEing in a Macarial.
Yeah.
Like in the same way that you could make ISK making using a barge.
You can use both VNIs and Macarials, and that gives you a nice hourly income. Why are you not allowed to do that in a barge or industry or markets?
So my biggest thing with the alpha model is I see the alpha model as the demo for the game that you can try, but the fact that they're giving alphas more and more stuff, actually, I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but now you're getting them into the tier of, well, I don't need to pay to play the game anymore because now I can fly battleships and using Tech 2 guns and all this crap. I'm like, well, then what's the point of paying to play the game?
Well,
this is the thing.
They're betting on the looks of the ships, or how the ships look and shit, and whatever the role is of those higher tier ships. That's what they're betting on. I guarantee it. Yeah. It's like, I need to go up the battleship. Like, no, I want capitals now. I want this. I want that. Marauders.
See, what CCP are trying to do is they're trying to strike that balance between giving people who aren't paying a subscription, like access to enough of the game so that they feel that, you know, paying a subscription would be worthwhile, but not reducing the value of a subscription to the point where people go, what's the point of paying a subscription when we can just not pay a subscription and just you know, go
because when they don't add industry, right, it feels like they are using or abusing alphas to only take part in the destruction to fix their extreme stagflation, right?
No, I get what you
I think that's unfair. I think that's unfair to new players because they are limited to a specific role in the game, which is basically to be an eater.
By the way, Noisy's out there, and he's talking about mining Rorks, right? I think I did mine in a Rork once, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
mining rock used to be the shit because you could train faster into one than you could in the Zoomer,
lots of lasers, right?
And it had 8 mining lasers without fleet. The ship having rolls essentially for it, it still mined pretty good M3 at a time.
And Tammy Cowboy brings up a good point out there too. One of the reasons they'll still steer clear of alphas having, you know, mining barges is because fucking Delve would be filled with alphas.
Oh yeah,
and mining barges.
I'm gonna tell you, I would go and
that's a symptom, right? That's
it is.
It doesn't prove anything. It proves that their game is broken. Because if 2 alphas come in, one industrialist and one that actually flies to PvP, these 2 should balance each other, but they don't because the fucking game is broken.
They got some broken things, and they can't fix everything at once, right? I will give them that.
I don't know if you know, people would go over to mining barges from Rork pools if you know, if alphas could do that. Like, because
you would run one Rork and then a bunch of fucking little Tech 1 barges and then make a
but you can only run one.
You can only run an alpha. You can't run an alpha and an omega.
Well,
run an alpha and an omega.
Well, that's not
you're risking getting back.
Yes and no.
Fucking Surface tablet, it'll fucking play.
All you have to do is run VM on your PC and you're fine, and you can do that.
Yeah,
right?
but I want to put the disclaimer that is. Yeah, I want to put a disclaimer that, like, you know, that is something that would get you banned, like, if you were found out. So, just so you know.
Yeah.
See, I can build a PC to play Eve with like $120. So, like, you can run it on a Raspberry Pi with like nothing. So it doesn't really stop you.
Yeah, and it's a lot cheaper, you know, running 10 mining barges than a Rork.
A Rork, because you lose. Oh, I lost 10 mining barges, Tech 1s. Well, there's 100 million ISK. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's very easy for them to counter that. They can just basically try and do a pingback or something like that on your virtual machine running the alpha, and they can detect that you are running them all on that same IP, and you're basically going to be banned. And potentially any other accounts that is from that same IP could get banned as well.
Yeah, but then you would ban like anyone in college or at an apartment complex, like that, if there's more than one person playing. So that wouldn't work.
No. But the point is that this is not a problem unless someone is abusing it at a factor of like 10, 15 or more, and that would be detectable in a fairly simple way.
Yeah. I mean, there's a way to do it, but does CCP want to invest resource in preventing that? I doubt it.
Well, it's a really good way of sinking money out of the game to hit people that are very effectively abusing the mechanics, right? We know of a few, pretty much everyone in this room, that are doing something questionable in how they scale with multiple accounts, right? And when you start banning someone like that, you're sinking a really huge amount of value out of the game.
I forgot to tell you. So you actually I made the joke about the college students getting banned. That's not even a joke. My cousin, he goes to a university here, and he's now he's a high enough in school that he can be the admin for one of the computer labs for the computer science department. He may or may not have ran like 40 alpha clones as the master controller with fucking frigates running the missions, and they all just follow the same mouse click. It's fucking amazing. He showed me that. He's like, I did this because it would make you happy. Yep. He hates the game though. He just did it to fuck with me. He played a whole team of League of Legend. He plays a whole team of League of Legend by himself just because he wants to show that he can do it. He's one of those assholes.
Like before the whole kind of before the whole EULA change about what is it, multiplying
Multi-boxing,
and all
yeah.
that, multiplying commands and stuff like that, and the multi-command kind of thing. Like I saw some videos of people doing some ridiculous multi-boxing, and that just literally, like, it was impressive. Like, because it, like, just watching it was melting my brain. Like, let alone trying to even do it. Watching was like, oh, I can't process this. This is just insane.
These people somehow, McLeod, are the people who, in their brain, think that that's the challenge of EVE Online, right? How many can I multi-box and how much can I make? Because they don't need all that ISK. I mean, that's a thing to say that, but you know,
it's the how far can I push the envelope?
Wow, yeah.
Situation.
Yeah, well, you know, Nosey's got a thing out there, right? It's intensive labor to ban people, and seeing as they just laid off most of their community staff, they pretty much don't have anybody left to investigate any of that crap anyway. So.
Never say never. You know?
We banned a third of the staff. There we go. We'll fucking
third?
Bitch. Yeah. They can't do it anymore.
Never say never. Like you know as well as I do, when you're angry about fucking people cheating, you could put the time in, you could put the effort in. Me and Eric know something about that.
Yeah, you can put the time in.
Oh, is this from y'all's H1Z1 modding day, moderating days? Yeah,
God.
Oh man, I remember like, I've been watching this fucking base for 4 fucking hours. I was like, why? Like, because I think they're cheating. I was like, okay.
But not only that,
play the game instead.
Not only that, we're recording.
I know they're duplicating, but we need to find it. And I'm there just like looking at our base for like 5 hours or something.
You know what? We did. That was fun. It was fun blowing it up though, but you wouldn't let us completely blow it up. We had a freaking audience. There are a freaking audience going, "Yay, you caught the dupers!" And they're like, "We're just gonna sit here and watch you blow up the base." And you're like, "We can't just blow it up. We have to just lay it on the ground and let it disintegrate." And like, blow it the fuck up! Boom!
Grenade launcher.
I want to take us on the home front, the hardware store level for just a little bit here. For
Okay.
I got one of these little laser thermometer things. These are just fucking fun. Okay.
Oh, they're pretty fucking awesome.
All right, all right, is it good? Is it good? Okay, we don't need to insulate there. We're good. It's great. I love it.
I
back to you.
One of those.
Back to
I
you.
do have one of those and dick with it.
I think it was fucking $9 on Amazon or something stupid.
Yeah, they're super cheap. They used to be like $100-something to get an accurate one. Now you can get one for like $10.
Then I go to my screens, right, and I'm like, ooh, that one's 101. Okay, this one's burning at 103. This screen's warmer than the other.
Oh man, you're dumb.
Trillions per day with 10 people. Absolutely. Trillions. You know what I saw? I saw somebody who had like an 80-inch TV screen, right? And they had all of their little EVE accounts in little windows all the way across the screen, like 4x3. They had 12 accounts on that screen. I'm like, how the fuck do you play that, man?
Great skill.
If I have a medicine bottle, I go to my 16-year-old and I'm like, dude, can you read the dosage on this? If he wants to kill me, he can, right? It's like, hey, what's the dosage on this medicine bottle? He goes like 15 tablets. I'm like, okay, because I can't read shit anymore that's small.
Walk around with like some fucking
magnifying glass on a street.
Just some binoculars.
Just fucking puts his face up again. He's like, "How many are you?"
What is Timmy Cowboy talking about? The cat hotter than the wife?
Yeah,
is the cat hotter than the wife? You gotta check the temperature. Is the wife like body temperature?
Depends. Okay, at my age, it depends on if your wife is having a hot flash or not. Okay.
Yeah. Don't let Jenny hear you, so she'll kill you.
Oh, I'm sure she just did. I'm in trouble already.
Oh, you're fucked.
She's got like, Mom.
next week, Whiskey Gaming hosted by RJ and Scythe because Eric got murdered.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Eddie Murphy Delirious, his Delirious special?
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
She's like, cut those mom ears. Takes off her high heel, go, it's like a boomerang. Hits the kid, comes back.
Flip-flop comes at you.
You know. Oh my God! Somebody's hearing Jesus.
Mom, good. Oh God, mom hearing Jesus.
Yeah.
What the? You mean mom's hearing like comma Jesus, like as an expletive? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Yep.
All I know is we're decorating for Christmas tomorrow, so that's just the way it is.
We're doing.
By the way,
It's not even December yet. What the fuck?
dude.
Yeah, we do it after Thanksgiving. Be a cool kid.
No, we're
I
putting up.
have to work Black Friday. I'm gonna be so bored. It's gonna be great.
I'm off. So
There's like an unwritten rule in the UK that like you shouldn't actually put anything up for Christmas before December.
yeah, well, you know,
USA.
no. So you guys know.
FYI, officially we've had Christmas longer than you guys.
You probably have.
Officially, yes. By the basis of history, the UK's been around longer. Therefore, yes. Just populated with people who celebrate Christmas.
You guys probably created fucking fruitcake too, and that's not a
I
positive.
just want to point out that December
We are
25th
fruitcake,
has
it's
existed
fine.
the same amount of time in the UK that it has, in fact, existed in America. It just wasn't
So
tracked.
the reason we have to do this because I'm excited. You know how last year I got the Death Star tree topper from my office Christmas tree because we have more than one,
Oh,
right?
nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. They came out with another one. They have they have a Death Star that hangs on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
They have a TIE fighter that looks fucking fabulous, and they have an X-wing that's equally as good. And you put them on together, and then they communicate to each other,
So that makes
and they
noises and
start
shooting stuff.
quoting
shit.
parts of the original Star Wars. It's pretty cool.
Eric,
like-
hey, could you actually send me a link to where you bought those? Or
Hallmark.
I thought it was gonna
Okay,
be
cool.
like sort of like
that's a Christmas
I
gift
thought it
right
was
there
gonna
for
be
my
like-
brother. He just bought his new house and a new Christmas and he's got to get Christmas decorations.
Yes,
So that'll be
I thought
his
you
and they're
guys
big.
were
Christmas
like
present.
TIE fighter chatter or something.
they're like big though. They're not like little teeny tiny ornaments. They're like 6
Oh, that's
inches
fine.
across.
He'll just put them on his desk because he'll love
Jesus
that
H
shit.
Christmas.
Jesus H
Hey,
Christmas.
technically this is geek
Yes.
shit because it's Star Wars that goes on the Christmas tree. Okay, come on,
Fuck you.
Urax, give me a break here, buddy.
Here's the deal: if you don't like Star Wars, you should not be a human being and alive because fuck off. All right. If you can't accept Star Wars as your Lord and Savior, I can't. We can't. You should never talk again. Just don't express an opinion ever.
That's like a fucking bumper sticker or something, or a nerd T-shirt.
Eric, I accept Yoda as my Lord and Savior bumper sticker. That
Oh,
is-
have you welcomed his spirit into your heart?
I have. Yes,
Oh.
I accept Jediism as a religion.
No, it's like that freaking.
I am, yeah,
Ewok freaking Jehovah's Witness thing. If you accept our Lord and Savior Goldenrod. Talk about C3.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah, I'm not hip on the goldenrod, bro. Like, what the fuck?
It's two Ewoks, like freaking Jehovah's Witnesses. And
I have not seen this. No, I've not
a
seen it.
book about
They-
C3PO.
They call C-3PO Golden.
Okay.
Lord
C-3PO
Goldenrod.
Goldenrod. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you, RJ. No, that's fucking funny. I'm on that. That's good. That's good shit.
Oh, I'm getting into the Kahlua and the vodka now. That's good shit.
So for
Oh yeah.
We had people get Jedi on their dog tags by claiming Jedi was their religion in boot camp.
so here's the deal.
put it on my- I put it on my
I'm gonna inform y'all something funny. Jedi is actually a recognized religion.
It actually is, yeah.
You can have a Church of Jedi and it will be registered as a church for tax purposes and with the government. You can register Jedi as your church.
So Caleb, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I put it on my census form like 10 years ago or something.
I put I think I put something about like Klingon battle mind or some shit like that, some nonsense online.
You and Demore would get along. You know Demore can actually speak Klingon, right?
I can say a few phrases if I ever practice for a minute. Fucking dude, I'm gonna tell you, hanging out with Demorg in Vegas, I like Demorg more than you, Eric. He's way more entertaining. he's way harder nerd than you are.
Oh, he nerds harder.
That's
Oh, he's He nerds so much harder than you.
So when we used to play D&D, and
Oh god. Yep,
and this
go
was prior to
This is second
him
edition.
and
This
his
is
wife, dating, right?
Yeah.
They would connive that half the time she would betray the group and kill everybody.
Good. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
True evil. No,
Goonism as religion. I like it. I like it, R4. It's good.
I will see if we can register that with the state. I wonder what it would take. I'm gonna go.
No, please, that would make Mittens a priest.
Yes, that's why I'd be fucking.
No.
He can actually conduct weddings and shit.
Mittens is new space pope.
Hold it.
No,
Hold it, Caleb. You got this wrong.
Have a war against freaking,
This would elevate Mittens to goddom.
Yep.
Okay, and
Yep.
then the Illuminati.
No. You're
The
taking
Illuminati would be the
he's
archangels.
just a substitute for God, right? He's the voice of God on earth.
He ends up being a prophet. That's
He's
what
Okay, he could be the prophet. He could be the
He's
prophet.
Space Jesus.
Space G.
Space savior.
How would a goon wedding go? And we, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because fuck you, bitches. These nerds are getting married.
I am not even going.
There's a dick drawn by an F-18 overhead. We know it is a holy symbol.
I don't think you should write the liturgy. Seriously.
Oh my God, we're bad.
Like, here, you drink this. You drink this. You guys drunk? Good. You're married. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm sorry, but probably all the things we would need for a goon wedding, we really probably shouldn't talk about on Twitch. So let's just stay right there.
Something about sheep with freaking.
And the goons out there in the audience, you know what I'm talking about.
Will there be paddling?
Oh yeah.
No recollection. I don't know what you're talking about. There's just
Prenuptial paddling.
there is just so many ways and things we can't talk about. It's just phenomenal.
You say that, but we can talk about it. We're just not supposed to.
No. And there's a secret society of the goons, and there's parts that will tell people.
Cheap drinks. The cheap drink password is my favorite thing. It was very obvious, and I don't know how we didn't think about it sooner.
It is what it is, brother. All right, so Caleb, big question that I have in the last 15 minutes here. Fozzie tweeted out earlier this week, or a couple days ago, that, hey, LowSec has mined more ice this month than it ever has in its history.
I call shenanigans.
Okay?
Yeah, I could just do the mic drop and say, I told you so.
LowSec has
I
done
know that
this.
some will claim that it's only Noisy doing it, but I don't think so.
No, I'm saying. So we have a lot of predictions out there that there is going to be a huge drought of moon goo coming, and it's going to go through the roof here in December, right? Does that lead anybody to believe that perhaps some predictions might be wrong?
Which prediction should be wrong?
That we're not going to that the output they've got from this level of moon goo is high enough to stave off insane moon goo prices in the next 4 weeks.
I don't think it's going to be high enough. Not even close. I think we're going to hit something in the realm of like maybe 60% of the numbers before the patch.
Okay.
And of course, we still have stockpiles, and especially in Dell, there's fuck tons of stockpiles. There's at least 3 months worth of moon goo, if not more. And then of course on top of that is all the salvage and stuff. So they are fine and well insulated, but the rest of the New Eden universe is going to be running dry and running on fumes, and they're not going to be able to keep up, because if you do not have the influx from goon crabbing, it's not gonna. It's going to take everything that's depending on it up to at least 300% in value.
Yeah, the Noisy said he's not mined, and he's been scouting out moons, watching Snuffed Out and Goon's hot drop mining ops. So if they're hot dropping mining ops, I don't know, are they crabbing? It's like the new word Urandus for mining. I don't know why.
That's because the new doctrine for goons is all mining ships.
So yeah, so Snuffed Out and Goons, Noisy, from your experience, are we hot dropping folks in low sec, or are we doing it in other null sec areas? Or both, right? I don't know, because I haven't been up to date with that because I've been so crazy with work. But I plan to spend a lot of time playing Eve in the next week, so...
Yeah, what Eric's is saying, there's going to be some sort of interdiction eventually because it's just going to be so valuable to be disruptive to anyone else trying to source the materials that's pretty much flowing steadily in Delve.
Yep, Noisy said low second. He's watched one about 6 hours ago. So it could be interesting. I mean, my experience here in Delve is that the damn things don't last longer than an hour. So, I mean, you can't even find them to hot drop them half the time, I don't think. They're just gone.
And I think... Didn't I make fun of the Blue Donut people and the fact that they need to stop shooting each other's industrialists because that's basically shooting yourself in the foot?
I really think that the Blue Donut should really become the Blue Donut and kind of drop all their little feuds and just completely go in and fuck over low sec and high sec, right? Somebody was mending, hey, time for a nice ice interdiction, right? That was fun. I'll tell you what, as a high sec person, wormhole person, high sec person at that time, I never made so much money as I did when they did the ice
Interdiction.
And Eric, you should consider,
it's a lot of alcohol in this, believe it or not, but it doesn't taste like it.
Words are hard, man. It's cool. I understand.
Eric, you should consider consulting them, like helping them out with figuring out a proper capitalist model to do something organizational-wise equivalent to and on par with what Goons are doing in Delve.
Yeah, it could be interesting, right? I don't know.
Well, if we work together on this and help them out with I don't know, what should we say, 50 billion per month of consulting fee?
No one should ever call Laz senpai. I just want to point that out.
Must be. Okay. Uranus, I never knew you. I mean, are you referring to yourself as having an ass for a mouth, or what?
Yes, he is. He has an ass for a mouth.
I don't know. I never knew him that way. I've always thought, well, let's put it this way. I don't not like most people, right? I like most people. And
Ooh,
I
double
really
negatives. Help.
Yeah.
I are confused. What
Yeah,
do?
Me too.
FC Rats on gate. What do?
Yeah, what do? Kill him! God damn it!
No, it's just jump the gate, you fucking idiot. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, the changes in Eve are interesting, right? I don't necessarily know that they're the best for the game. In the long term,
there could be better ones rolled out that
yeah,
would have at least similar impact, but be less disruptive. But of course, that would not give us all the novelty of these new structures and new features. So I think it's very much focused on bringing some novelty and something that feels like new gameplay.
Yeah, but it's not. Dudes out mining. Somebody's going to hot drop them. Maybe a counter hot drop them. But Noisy brings up a big thing, right? If you lose 4 billion ISK defending a mining op for an R64, did you make any money? Probably not, right?
Most likely not.
So,
unless that depends on the cycle that you had coming out, right? The value of the field. I'm still waiting for some numbers. I'm sure that once we start getting some proper numbers and how fast they are mined and stuff, I'm sure that Aerith will come on one of the shows and beat his chest and give us some nice crunch numbers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, right? I mean, and I just posed the question because, Fozzie did the tweet, right? And CCP is notorious for taking statistics in game out of context, right? They don't actually realize that what they're talking about really doesn't matter, right? Or is wrong.
Talking about a multiplier on 0 is a little bit stupid, right?
No, I mean, I used to mine you in low sec, and I used to be in a low sec system where there was a number of moons, and everybody just mined them, right?
Yeah, but it's been the standing joke that there is only one character in Eve that is mining in low sec, and it's Noisy, and now it's like several times more than before. That means that he's maybe got 1 or 2 friends actually adding to the number.
Yep. Yeah, and so CCP almost, I mean, sometimes I think they think that, hey, if I stick miners out there at risk and they get blown up, right, that's really good content for the game. The problem is they see that, I think, as kind of the bait that they're dangling out there. and they never understand.
It's got a value, right? If you're destroying their farms and fields, their industrialists, it's got an impact on the entire organization, right? Because that's your supportive department, right?
Well, right, but if you're constantly out there mining and you're hanging your dick in the wind, right, and you're getting your dick cut off, then you're not gonna, go out there again, right? So you have to provide the balance of the reward, right? The Rourke doesn't do that yet. The balance of the reward versus the risk, right? And I think that CCP is again looking at hey, this is going to provide content because we have all these wimps out here, or miners. They're not wimps, right? Because I mine too, guys. All these people who are unarmed.
I love mining. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I unashamedly admit that I love mining, and it's super relaxing.
I don't know.
It's fun. We just sit here and shoot the shit and hang out.
Uranus says, cover your dick with a panic button. You'll be good. Right?
That's true.
Double bag it, brother. So
get those Minakawas ready to lose.
Yeah, and Noisy, you're right. There is, but you know what? If we constantly kill the low sec folks that are mining, right? Then we're just ganging up on them all the time, and then they'll just do less of it. Right? There has to be a balance. Right? And we have to make sure we achieve that in the game. I'm not quite sure we're there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we aren't, but I'm not saying that we are. And by the way, thank you, R4, for the subscription. We do appreciate it. Just a reminder to everybody, we are about 5 minutes away from the Meta Show. A couple people came in here looking for that because of the time change here in the U.S. This Whiskey Gaming Show, we're not using our normal Whiskey Gaming background because we're working on some new stuff. So it'll be good.
But in extension to that, just quickly, if goons are busy doing something like proper staging somewhere or fighting off attackers or something like that, they will not have the same activity level on any interdiction in low sec. So there's always going to be an ebb and flow, right? When the blue donut starts being less blue, and when there's more people actually fighting, you will have more peace in low sec or in wormholes to work and get your profits, because of course then prices are going to go up as well. So it is going to be a new balance. There's going to be a lot of seesawing back and forth and pendula that swings left, right, and center.
It just depends on how severe that swinging back and forth is going to be.
Exactly. I mean, the thing that I really like, and I've mentioned this before, is that now you have three options, right? So it's not just the space; it's also the three types of industrial activity, whether you're doing moons or belts or ice, right? And with the fuel changes, you really have an impact on that too. So I do think that they're moving in the right direction, but of course, I do agree with Eric. It could have been done in a more refined and.
I'm not sure it could, because I think it's a very hard thing to figure out, right? And I look at it like this, right? The way the SOB system is currently set up, you can't go for an extended war. Because the people that you would leave behind to keep your ADMs up, you don't have enough people to go to war and to stay back and defend and keep all that running fine, right? And with that, also, you're going to have ebb and flow of availability of Moon Goo, right?
But it's the right order of things, right? You need to put in all of the incentives for potential future SOV fighting before you bring in a new SOV system.
Yeah, and it's a tough balance. So I think CCP has a very hard job. I just think that they, I just think that they don't look downstream, and as Aerith says, to the second, third, fourth, fifth order of impact, right? And so it'll be interesting to see how we all balance out. That's what else are for.
He's also mentioned that the new Economic Council does actually have at least one brain there that understands more than just second level things.
Yeah. Let's hope that they actually listen to that individual.
Indeed.
All right, so we're 3 minutes away. I'm going to go around for last thoughts. I'm going to start with RJ. RJ, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you give us a last thought on some of the stuff we've talked about?
Well, I mean, I talked to Caleb a little bit about it earlier, but I mean, the whole thing we need to shoot for, or that CCP needs to shoot for, is just change the fucking SOB system already. Like, really, I know it's going to take a while, but it just needs to happen or give it a goal. Like we actually got a goal earlier. Make Mittens a god, then we can go against freaking Max Singularity, and then the whole thing. We can have a fucking fight like that.
Jihad!
You know, Scythe is going to move on that if you push him, right?
I actually, while we've been sitting here and I've been quiet, I've been looking up how to register a religion with the state. It's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Okay,
All right.
But I'm not calling him the fucking holiness.
Oh no! We'll call him something like semi-insulting.
His
We'll have-
assholeness.
His assholiness is pretty good actually.
Boy, you guys need to work on it.
It'll be spelled funny, just so it looks interesting.
McLeod, you're up, brother.
What?
Final thoughts, McLeod.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to the winter update. Like, really looking forward to it. Like, I know people who are coming back to EVE Online because of the winter update. So, like, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That'll be great. That'll be great. Scythe, you already had your chance. Caleb, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just looking forward to the next Hold Might Be a moment, because I'm sure that there's definitely one or two more to come.
All right, I'm going to use mine saying Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's celebrating Thanksgiving. If you're not, whatever you're celebrating is great too. And if not, drink. And yes, I was drinking alcohol. I drink alcohol every show. I drink more alcohol on this show than I do in my real life, which is a little bit sad. Which is a little bit sad, but I did have a great Imperial Pumpkin Stout the other day, which was fantabulous. So it was called Warlock Imperial Stout. It was pumpkin stout. It was great. It was dark. It was yummy. Tasted like pumpkin. Can't drink 20 of them, but one was good. All right, so that's it for today's show.
Basic white girl. Sorry.
Yeah, basic white girl. We will see you next Saturday after our Thanksgiving, and maybe I'll have my Christmas tree up and we'll do some shots of that. So until next week, have fun. Meta Show is up next. Everybody say bye.
Bye bye.
Panda's recruiting.